Good morning to everyone. My name is Fernando Vaquerizo. I am product manager responsible for fixed and collaborative robots in OMRON Europe. Today, it's a pleasure for me to be here in this live event when we are going to present the new integrated controller of OMRON. So let me explain the agenda. Basically, in the beginning, I'm going to explain the OMRON Vision and why we are here with this new integrated controller. Then I will explain the benefits of this new platform. I will explain the benefits along the product life cycle. So I will explain the benefits during the design phase, during the commissioning, and then during the production, let's say, the total cost of ownership. Then we will connect with our colleagues from Barcelona, from ATC. ATC is the European center that we have located in Barcelona. And then we will have some time for questions and answers. So let's start with this first video. Here you can see the OMRON Vision regarding manufacturing in general. So the tendency of the industry is moving to modular lines more than the rigid lines that we have today. And this is just a reaction to the demand of the consumers, because consumers are demanding personalization, are demanding the made for me. And this is impacting the manufacturing. This is impacting how we manufacture, and we have to adapt the manufacturing lines. So for the future, we see a total integration of fixed robots, collaborative robots, mobile robots, and humans in the production line. Just to give you an overview about the OMRON Vision, the eye automation concept. Eye automation is for OMRON let's say, is the innovation concept of OMRON. We have divided in two parts, in what is flexible and scalable automation and autonomous transportation that has more to do with the mobile robots. And we have, let's say, three principles. The first one is intelligent. When we talk about intelligent, it's about how we help our customers to detect issues and to improve the quality, the QCD, quality, cost, and delivery of the products. This has to do, for instance, with predictive maintenance. When we talk about integrated, we are talking about operational excellence. It's probably what I will talk about today here. We are talking about integration between different devices to provide a more efficient solution. And when we talk about the interactive, we are talking about creating environments where robots, fixed robots, collaborative robots, mobile robots, and humans are working together in harmony. So let's put the focus in a cell today. So in this case, you can see that you have several fixed robots, you have vision, you have mobile robots. So in a cell today, probably you have automation, you have robotics, probably vision, safety for sure. Probably you have collaborative robots. Probably you have mobile robots for transporting goods from one place to another. And then what we want to do from OMRON is that we want to put a software to connect all the devices. Especially, we want to put the focus of the integration in those areas where the time is critical. I mean, for instance, for a mobile robot, we are talking about seconds. But for automation, for robotics, we are talking about milliseconds. So here is where we want to put the focus of the integration in OMRON. Well, if you know OMRON, you know that we are quite good at individual process. We provide solutions for feeding in a very easy way, or for high-speed packaging solutions. We are including the the robots, the software, the vision. Well, we are quite good there. But today we are here because we want to move one step forward. We want to put together two worlds, the automation plus robotics. And we want to do this with this software that is Sysmac Studio, that is responsible for programming, for debugging, for simulating everything in the machine. When I say everything, I'm talking about the control, the motion control, the safety, the vision, the robots. And well, we are very proud, no? We say, just kidding a little bit, it's a small step for OMRON, but a giant leap for factory automation, because we are putting together these two worlds. And this has a lot of benefits for our customers. If you know the story of the Sysmac automation platform, in 2011, I remember I was in Iberia as product manager for motion control. We released the first Sysmac that was including visualization, logic, and motion. Then later, we were integrating different disciplines like safety, like vision, like SQL functionality for data information. And today we are here to explain that we are adding robots. We are adding SCADA robots to the platform, articulated robots, parallel robots, third-party kinematics, and also we can even communicate with mobile robots. We have divided the platform in three levels. The first one is the machine level, where we are talking about high speed and high accuracy. We have the integrated controller, and through an EtherCAT network, we have the control, the sensors, the motion, the safety, the visualization, the robot, of course, the vision, and everything will be programmed and by the Sysmac Studio, by the software. In a second step, or in a second level, is what I call the application level. From OMRON, we are developing these expert modules that are pieces of software that where the intention here is to make your life easier. So are WISE-based. So following a WISER, you can develop a complex application. In the end, what we want is to reduce the startup time and provide you a very easy to develop solution for high-end, even for high-end applications. And the third level is virtual level. It's about 3D simulation. This is about simulate the entire production line, to change, to add accessories, remove accessories. So in the end, what we want is to provide you a tool to optimize your production line. Let's put again the zoom in a flexible cell, and what we want to do from OMRON is we want to provide a total solution to the whole product life cycle. So from the conceptual design to the commissioning, and then during the maintenance and changeover. So we want to provide you tools for predictive maintenance. We want to provide you tools to provide an automatic and fast changeover. And also, even in the future, if you want to upgrade your line, to modify something, to add accessories or options, whatever, then you will have a very, very easy solution. Here, in the end, the value that we are providing is that we are saving time and resources. So this is very important today in the manufacturing. Let me explain. Imagine that you have a machine like this one with a PLC of brand A. I put an OMRON one, but it could be any other. Then we have robots, different robots, SCADA robots, articulated robots, parallel robots, another brand X. Then we have vision and safety, other brands. So if we have a machine like this, then honestly speaking, there is no real-time communication between the different devices, no? Also, probably you will need different softwares to program the robots, to program the PLC, to program the vision, and then you have to communicate all these devices. So you are adding another layer of integration to the customer. And this is, of course, this is not good. Apart that you will need more time to program, more time to debug, and if you need to prepare or to do any modification, it will take longer. So in the end, what we say is that in a machine like this, with many different products, we will have a longer design and integration time during the design phase. We will have even some limitations in the performance. So especially for high-speed applications where high accuracy is needed, probably this will not be the best solution, but also during the production, during the total cost of ownership, we will have an impact in longer integration and longer changeover and longer maintenance cycle. So we want to propose you a solution. Let's talk about the different phases of the product life cycle. During the evaluation phase, what we provide you is a tool for 3D simulation. With this tool, we have many advantages. For instance, you don't need the hardware. You can see here a real machine, and here you have a program managing this machine. Here you have a robot, you have a conveyor, you have an XY system, you have different elements that you can simulate all together. Again, no hardware is needed. You have collision detection. You can add options, accessories, or remove. You can estimate the cycle time. You can estimate also the cost and the return of investment. Even you can use this simulation tool as a sales tool, because probably a system integrator or an OEM can prepare different simulations with different accessories to show to the end users. No? And for me, probably what it's much more important is that if you make a mistake, it's cheaper to solve it in a 3D simulation than to solve it when you already have a physical structure, a physical machine already probably delivered at customer. So then we have a big problem. But this is one of the powers of the simulation. Let me show you this video. We are comparing a conventional system with the OMRON system. So we are comparing the pre-verification phase and then the design and build phase. Okay. So this is the system that we are going to evaluate. It's a pick-and-place SCADA robot with vision. And then if we use the conventional system, we will need we will need the robot and all the peripheral devices around. If we use the simulation with the OMRON integrated solution, we will need only the CAD files. We will upload the CAD files in the software and we will simulate everything. So all the mechanical structures, all the grippers, the robot, different position of the grippers, different parts, etc. So we have calculated that we save like more than 30% of the time. Then in a second step, during the design and build phase, of course, we have software engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, they can work together. And only in the final test, you will need the hardware. And what is important is what I mentioned before, no? That any issue can be detected in the 3D simulation. We have calculated that you can save more than 80% of your time using the integrated controller of OMRON. So basically here the message is that we save time and money with the integrated controller. What about the commissioning phase? Well, first topic for me is all you did during the design phase can be reused here. This is very important. Second topic is the performance, is the programming language. In this case, it's very easy to develop because we can program the robot and the integrated controller on 3 different ways. We can use the EV Plus. So if you are an OMRON robot customer, then you know EV Plus. We keep EV Plus here, so it's very easy for you. If you come from the, let's say, PLC world, we keep the IEC. So we have developed function blocks to program the robot. The same keywords that you have in EV Plus, we are developing in IEC. So if you are coming more from the IEC, from the ladder and the function blocks world, then this is a fantastic product for you. And then what I mentioned before, the Xpert modules. The Xpert modules are used to develop and run applications. The development is done through wizards, and then you can develop even complex applications. So we have a runtime environment for different applications. We have for packaging, we have for vision. We are preparing more and more Xpert modules for the future. What is the main benefit here? For me, it's clear that drastically you reduce the programming time. So it's very easy to customize later. So I think it's also a very powerful tool for the customers. And what about the total cost of ownership? This has to do when the machine is at production. So here, probably the most important topic here is the high performance. In the past, we were talking about one program in the PLC and then one program in the robot. So we had 2 different softwares, 2 different programs, and then we had to communicate the PLC and the robot. Now, today we have everything integrated. So the PLC, the motion control, the robot, everything integrated in one program. So programming in a very efficient way, you can improve the performance of the machine. You can monitor all the signals at the same time. So all the robots, all the motion control, all the devices that you have connected through the EtherCAT, you can monitor all together. So you can synchronize much better different, motion control axes with the robots, or even with the gripper. If you have an EtherCAT gripper, you can have everything together. Total traceability, we have 3 CPUs that are including SQL database functionality. So we are putting together the operational information and the operational technology and the information technologies thanks to the CPUs that are including database functionality. And then the product changeover. So here is key to reduce the machine downtime because it means that you increase the productivity. So what we have here is the receipt manager. The receipt manager is, let's say that you can, with the receipt manager, you can create a setup for all the devices that you have in the production line. So it's not only about a setup for the PLC or for the robot, it's about everything. You are including the PLC, the robot, the vision calibration, the gripper, whatever you have in your production line. So on this way, you can implement in a very easy way flexible manufacturing cells that in the end is our target, and we can help customers to manage a wide range of product variations. And this is another topic, super important. It's about predictive maintenance. So you can see this video here, and you can see this robot. Basically, we are talking about the world's first interactive industrial robot. So here the target is, again, the same. We want to reduce the downtime of the machine, and we want to provide tools for predictive maintenance. In this case, what we have is what we call the health lighting ring, that it's going to inform about the status of the robot. For instance, in blue color, it means that the robot is working fine. In red color, it means that there is an alarm. In yellow color, it means that the robot is requiring some probably maintenance. Then if you see the robot in yellow color, then you have to go to the display and then you will see information in the display. The display, it's to simplify the troubleshooting, the regular maintenance, the visual inspections. You can put customized message here. So we consider that it's a fantastic tool. Imagine that you have this machine, that is the machine that I showed you in the beginning, but this time we have OMRON products. We have one control, one Ethercat network, and we have an Ethernet IP network just to connect with the HMI. And through this Ethercat network, I can put also the servos that probably are managing conveyors or are managing, I don't know, a flow wrapper machine, for instance, or whatever. Then you can also put the different robots all together. So SCADA robots, articulated, parallel robots. You can also implement probably the feeding system if you have Ethercat, or the vision system in Ethercat, the grippers if you have Ethercat, the safety, the inverters. So in the end, you have everything through an Ethercat network. You have just one controller. You have just one program for everything, one connection. So you have the control, the motion, the sensing, the safety, the vision, the robotics, everything together, and you can provide a modular solution, a total scalability, because you can add more Ethercat nodes up to 192. So it's more than enough. So in a nutshell, what I say is that when total integration solution means operational excellence, this is the message here. And now I think it's time to connect with our colleagues of ATC in Barcelona, with Ruben and Pepe. Ruben, Pepe, are you there?
Hello, Fernando. This is Ruben Sanchez from ATC Barcelona. We are here at the facilities of the ATC, where we are doing some feasibility studies for customers, among other tasks. So let's have a look to the different stations we have here. The first one is the pick and place line, where we have three different robots. Two of them are parallel robots and one SCADA. Then we have the station with two 6-axis robots, where the working area is shared within two robots. And then the third one that is equipped with a SCADA robot, any feeder, camera, and conveyor. So one of the main features of the Sysmac Studio tool is the capability of emulate the complete application. So we are able to develop and debug our application before going at customer site. So we are saving time at commissioning. So to do that, let's have a look first to the emulation of this demo. That is something that is going to present my colleague Josep Sanchez.
Hello, thank you, Ruben. Well, you can see here, thank you, Ruben. What you can see here is the application running in the complete station running in emulation. In particular, what we can see is all the programming of the IC part of the application, the programming of the robot controller, and the emulation in the 3D view. As well, we can monitor all the status and the tasks of the application. Then now, Ruben, I think you can show this same application, this same program, but running in the real setup.
Well, we are back here to the demo cell. So let's start the same application. So we were able to save time before doing the commissioning at customer side thanks to this emulation capability. So that's all for our side. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure, and see you later.
This live event, what I explained is in a first part is the OMRON Vision, let's say, the OMRON Vision of the future and the OMRON Vision of the present with the eye automation concept. I explained, or at least I tried to explain the benefits, the different benefits that we provide with this integrated platform in the different steps of the product life cycle. So during the design phase, during the commissioning, and during the what we say the total cost of ownership, or during the production, the benefits about predictive maintenance, the benefits about fast changeover. And then now we have some time. I think we have 15 minutes for questions and answers. So I will try to provide you answers to your questions. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Yeah. Okay, one of the questions is if we have EtherCAT in our robots. Yes, we have EtherCAT in SCARA robots, articulated robots, and parallel robots, of course. The name of the software is Sysmac Studio Robot Edition. Okay, that is another question. Has the integrated controller already been implemented at customer? Yes. This is a new product, of course. We started with some customers, let's say beta customers, last July, and we already have like almost 10 customers, 10 different customers purchasing the integrated controller, and we already have some applications running. Probably we have 3 applications running today in different countries in Europe. Probably we have much more in America, in China, in Japan, in Asia in general. I don't know if we have more questions. Yeah, it's. I think here is another question about the simulation. I saw the ladder and the robot simulation. Yes, so you can create a program in ladder or in EV Plus, and then you execute this program, and then the robot simulates what the program is. Basically, what you have programmed is what you transmit to the simulation of the robot. More question. Well, one question about what is, let's say, uniqueness in the integrated controller. I think that what is very powerful here for the OMRON integrated controller is that we are putting everything together. So, I mean, when I say everything is vision, is safety, is sensing, is visualization, is data, it's motion control, of course, is logic, robotics. So we can provide a total solution with just one software. And I think this is, today, this is uniqueness. There is another question about the accidental repair and maintenance work. I'm not understanding very well this question. If you mean the repair process of this product is like any other machine controller or any other PLC. It's we have our European repair center, and then we repair. But honestly speaking, I don't expect to have to repair any controller, because one thing that is OMRON is quality. That's clear. There is another questions. I see more questions about, let me see, if the robot have integrators, embedded in the system. Yeah, well, the robot, every robot, we have two different models. One model is the let's say, a standalone model, that it has an Ethernet port, and then we have the robot with EtherCAT that is more for multi-robot applications. Okay, and then how is the service? How the predictive maintenance model works. This is something that you can customize. So in the software, we will implement like I don't know how to call it, probably maintenance schedule window or something like that. And then you will create your own message, and then you will inform through the display, or probably that's the information that you can put in the HMI, for instance, or you can inform to the system of the factory. You can inform about when you want to do the maintenance, for instance, or when you need to put some grease, or when you need to do whatever you need to do, or change the gripper. It's totally customizable. I see who is executing the repairing. How is that? Well, in case of an accidental defect, well, the repair center is here in the Netherlands. So but honestly speaking, I was working in OMRON Iberia for many years. I was responsible for the Sysmac automation platform, and to be honest, we never had to send a CPU for repairing. If the question is about how we execute the repairing of robots, we have also the European Center. It's located in Dortmund, in Germany. There is another question about how many robots can the controller handle. We can handle up to 8 robots with one controller. We have, in total, we have 6 CPUs. All of them are managing 8 robots. And then we have 3 CPUs that are also managing database functionality, and 3 CPUs that we don't have this functionality. And then we have CPUs for 16 servo axis, 32 servo axis, and 64 servo axis. And these servo axis are additionally to the number of robots. So in the higher CPU, you can control up to 8 robots, up to 64 servo axis, and up to 192 EtherCAT nodes in total. I see another question, is the vibratory feeding system supplied with the vision system? Is that possible to integrate it with other brands of robots? No, when we sell the feeding system, we sell a solution. I mean, we sell the robot, the vision, the control, and the feeding system, everything together. And in the software, we have everything integrated. So if you can use the feeding system with other robots, it's not our strategy, of course. We do not provide a feeding system if it's not together with our robot. I see another question about if it's in French, but I think it's asking if the programming is through Sysmac Studio. Yes, it is Sysmac Studio. We use the Sysmac Studio for programming, and you can use the ladder, function blocks, you can use EV+, or you can use the Xpert modules. Also, another question is, well, what happens if we have more than 8 robots? Well, if we have more than 8 robots, it's no problem. We have, at application level, we have an IPC that is managing the flow of the, imagine that you have 16 robots, for instance. Then we will have 2 integrated controllers and IPC managing at application level the flow of all the robots. Congratulations, thank you very much. I see. Is there a specific software that is used to program the robots? Well, you can use Sysmac Studio here. We have the Sysmac Studio Robot Edition, and on this way you can program the integrated controller that it's including logic, robots, everything. There is one question: with your third programming language, you use templates. Do you generate code out of that? Or you generate a code? Yeah. And now I understand the question. You generate a code just to provide you a solution for the application, and then if you need to modify that code because you want to customize something, you have some specific request in the application, then you can do it. You can edit it and you can program by yourself over the initial code that the Xpert module, the Xpert software, already created. Okay. Recording will be available. Recording of this webinar. And also, if you want the presentation, my suggestion is that you contact your locally your OMRON contacts, and probably they will provide you with this presentation or a very similar one. Control of robot but joint position is possible using central controller? Yes, I think is no problem. You can control all the axes, yeah, separately, let's say, in manual or automatic mode. I see one question from Mircea. Thank you for asking. Is if the controller work only with OMRON Vision system or allows other vision systems too? Of course, we prefer you to use our vision system, of course. But yes, it could communicate with third-party devices. Yeah, of course. But I think in general, the solution is much more powerful if you use our vision system because everything is integrated. There is also another question about if Omron is offering Profinet or Profibus integration solution, or only EtherCAT and Ethernet IP. Well, we have a plan, of course. Today, for instance, for collaborative robots, we have Profinet. For industrial robots, for SCADA, for articulated, and for parallel, today we have EtherCAT, but in the future, we have a plan to integrate also Ethernet IP and Profinet. So this will take some time, but probably this will be in 3-6 months, I will say. Let's see, more question. I see Ilsea is interested in vision, robot, and rotary tables. Okay. It's maybe it's something that we can talk about in a separated video, because we can provide a solution probably. We can discuss what you need and we can study what is the best alternative for you. There is another question about the mobile robots. Yeah, we have the mobile planner, of course, that is managing the fleet of mobile robots. What we can do today is we can communicate. So, because in the end, what we want to provide is a total flexible and autonomous manufacturing. And then for this, of course, we need to implement the mobile robots, but this is something that is what I mentioned before. For integration is important where the time is critical. So for logic, for robots, for motion control, for vision, for safety. But for mobile robots, I think it's a matter of seconds. So you can communicate directly with the integrated controller to the enterprise manager, and then the enterprise manager can provide the different tasks to the different mobile robots. Thanks for the information. Okay. Okay, well, this the recording of this live event will be published on our LinkedIn page. So if you want to have a look later to all that we explain, also please have a look at our website for more information, or subscribe to our monthly newsletter if you are interested. And I think that we have just 1 minute or 2 minutes more. I think I responded all the questions. I'm not sure if I jump any question. Well, anyway, please feel free to contact me if you need my support, if you have any question. And also you can contact, of course, with your local OMRON contacts. And I think that that's all. We can close this event. Thank you very much all for attending. And I hope this information was clear and useful for you. Thank you very much. Bye.